Our next guest is Ann Foster. She's written a book entitled In My Dreams, I Can Dance. She and her husband Carter for many years have served in pastoral leadership here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area and continue to do so. She, at the age of 4, contracted polio. But yet this incredible lady went on to become an accomplished pianist and a gifted singer. She recently completed her doctoral work. She's now Dr. Ann Foster, as well as raising a large family. Please join Joni and me as we welcome the author of In My Dreams I Can Dance, Ann Foster. Dr. Ann Foster. Well, Ann, you know, first of all, we can only imagine what it would be like to have polio.
Back then, that's what they would do.
Yes.
They would separate the child from the parents.
Yes.
Oh,
and
my
so
goodness.
you were away from your mom and dad. That had to have been
Yes.
frightening.
I had good parents. They loved me, and I knew that they did. But I had to deal with rejection. And I remember my mom whispering in my ear, she said, I can't be with you, but Jesus will be with you. You talk to him. So I started talking to him when I was like 4. As I move into the second chapter, I talk about meeting my husband when we were in college.
Yeah, and I wish Carter was here so people could see what a handsome,
Yes.
incredible personality guy you got. Because it'd been
Yeah.
easy for the devil to have told you as a young girl, you'll never get anybody.
Well, he
Nobody
told
will
me
ever
that.
want you. Yet you got a prince, and a
Yes, sir.
handsome prince at that.
Yes, I did.
You didn't get the frog, you got the prince.
I did get the
So
prince.
now, how many children did y'all have together?
We have 5.
You have 5 children.
Wow.
Carrying the children in my body, which was a challenge. They didn't know if I'd be able to become pregnant.
Wow.
But then after having them, the greater challenge was to carry them in my arms because I have to use those to walk. And so it,
Well,
it
how
was,
did you do that?
Well, I look back on it and say, Lord, how did I do that? And it was, as I said to you earlier, it's a matter of relationship with Him, trusting Him day by day to say, show me how to do the small things. And He began to show me.
Have you ever had a dream where you could
Oh,
dance?
that's where that originated, and the Lord gave me the title because I do believe in healing. And like Jesus, when He was on the cross, and they accused Him and said He saved others and Himself He could not save. So when I've prayed for a lot of people who've received their healing, and I've said, Lord, why me? Why not me? You know, it's my turn.
Absolutely.
and that's when He says, you know, you take those thoughts captive and focus on what I have done in your life and what you're believing me to do. I do believe He's able and He's willing and He's going to do it. He's just chosen to use me to encourage people who are still handicapped and who have disabilities to deal with, that it's still a matter of our heart being full of praise and rejoicing and forgiving. And my message to all these handicapped people is, don't let that define you. Your
That's
handicap should not ever define you. We should be defined by our response to it and the way we continue to worship and praise the Lord and be grateful in all circumstances. And there's a passage in 2 Corinthians that I quote in my book that says, I boast in my weakness because it shows how strong He is and what He's able to do with the circumstances that we're in if we yield them to Him.
Yes. So now,
That
in
is
your
so
in your
good.
dream, tell me about the dream where you danced.
Yes, well, I've had more than one, actually. A couple of times, I believe it was one of those kind of dreams when you're awake that we call visions.
A daydream.
Yes, a daydream. And as a little girl, I used to dream I could tap dance. You know, they're really fast, you know, I still like to kind of move. And then I would see myself dancing a waltz with the Lord, and I've dreamed that more than once. And other people have had that dream about me and shared that with me as well. And so now, when you come and to our church, I'm one of those that you're going to see me dancing best I can. I hop around on these
That
crutches,
is so
but that's
great.
my worship to Him, saying, Lord, you know my heart, and if I could dance before you with all my might,
All my might.
I offer you what I can.
And boy, doesn't that challenge the rest of us that we need to be dancing before the Lord and worshiping God to our ability, because so many of us, we don't have that kind of limitation. But you know, we all have some kind of limitation. And it's how we look at ourselves that determines how we'll go forward in life. Is that true, Ann?
Oh, absolutely it is. And again, about developing a relationship with the Lord. I think that's the key to what I've been able to overcome is I know Him. I know Him personally. I know that He knows me. And when when you fight with your own mind, those questions, why me, why haven't you healed me, we have that temptation to doubt that he loves us.
Oh, yes.
And he does love me, and he does care about me, and he loves me even more because I'm his little crippled lamb.
And boy, Ann would be an incredible person to come and speak at your church, at your ladies' event, business event, whatever. And plus, I want you to know how you can get the book. But Johnny, you got some pictures to show?
Yeah, the book is full of pictures.
I like that. I like pictures.
That really is your story. You're such a living testimony of God's grace and his mercy. Here you are, pastor's wife, married, 5 children. And God is continuing to do great things in your life, even though, why don't you hold those up? You have to use these to walk with.
Ann, would you lead us in prayer as we close this broadcast today?
Father, thank you so much for
Yes,
your
oh
love
God.
for us all. And I thank you, Lord, for every person who has called in with a request. And you